All right, you did have a moment that you made social media.
Yeah.
Went viral because you really love yourself some Taysom Hill, the all-around player for the Saints. Here is Ross Tucker yesterday during the broadcast.
Interesting to see the empty set here.
A stack on the top. Hill keeps it himself, the powerful runner. Taysom Hill out of BYU in his 7th year now with New Orleans.
I'm not kidding when I tell you I think he's one of the best football players ever in Taysom Hill. Wow. Now, I know he's not a Hall of Famer or any of that. This guy can play quarterback, running back, tight end. He makes tackles on special teams. This guy's like Jim Thorpe. I mean, can you name any other guy that's ever done all the things that Taysom Hill did? He's like the perfect football player.
Okay, if I gave you a mulligan, would you change anything that you said?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I might have said one of the best pure football players or one of the best all-around football players, just so that when the people like clip it on social media or the people that just hear that portion of it and tweet it. But no, I mean, I think if you listen to the whole thing, I think that's what I meant. I mean, yeah. I'm not talking about like Hall of Famer or like all-time greats like Tom Brady,
but if
Lawrence
you say
Taylor,
he's
Jerry
one of the
Rice.
best of all time, and
I
you put in Jim Thorpe.
Yeah. Dan, he's the closest thing to Jim Thorpe in my lifetime. Now, you're older than me, but we're talking about a guy that can run with speed, run with power. He has started games at quarterback. He is a kickoff returner. He makes tackles on the punt team and the kickoff team. He plays fullback, running back. They split him out wide. Like, if you're talking about all of the things a football player can do, right? Like the essence of being a football player, blocking, tackling, running, catching, throwing. I can't think of anybody else like him. I mean, he's the closest thing to a guy like Jim Thorpe or what we've read about Jim Thorpe in my lifetime.
Yeah, but Jim Thorpe was elite at the positions he played. Taysom Hill is not good enough to start at any of the positions. He's not even the best player to come out of BYU. That was the problem that I had with Taysom Hill. Is a great curiosity, and he does play a lot of different positions. But I don't think he's a great football player. I think he's a very versatile football player.
Yeah, I guess so for me, I mean, he could start at every position on the field as a high school player. That's incredible to me, right? Like, to me, like, if you're talking a pure all-around football player, he's like Tom Brady. Obviously, is the best quarterback of all time. We all know that. Tom Brady can't do half the things that Taysom Hill can do. You know what I mean? Like, Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's probably the greatest football player of all time. But when you're talking about all-around pure football player, like what you ask football players to do, I don't know anybody that can do as many different things as Taysom Hill, which I think makes him one of the best all-around football players that I can think of.
Okay. I think using the word best of all time and putting in Jim Thorpe caught a lot of people's attention. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I would have thrown just the pure in there,
yeah,
or the all-around.
He's one of the most versatile players of all time. We can all agree on that. I just don't.
And that to me, as a guy that like had to battle to play one position, like had to work all day, every day, my whole life to stick around for 7 years at one position, to even get it through my skull that there's a guy that can basically play like 7 or 8 positions on a roster, is just like that. He blows my mind away. And I know he's not all pro or Pro Bowl or any. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm just talking about one of the most unique, coolest, best pure football players that I can think of.